Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine.
On today's episode, Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Haven't you heard? It's Digimon! Welcome, everybody. Kermitmon, Digivolve to Metal Moxiemon! Hi, I'm Moxie the Yeen, here with my co-host, kidnapped directly from summer camp. It's Isekai Sensei-Sama Brad. Brad, how you doing?
Oh my god, what just happened?
A divine light came and took you. You've been isekai'd.
Finally.
Is it? I guess you haven't been. You're still in the same world. Much like our podcast, you're in the same world. You're just podcasting.
Yeah.
Reincarnated in the same. Are they reincarnated? I don't know. Whatever. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I do have a fancy thing on my wrist that
tells you if you've been isekai'd. Wait, what does it do?
It does all kinds of stuff.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Because if you take it to the other world, it'll be amazing. You'll have a compass. You'll know what north is, and they'll be like, "What's north?"
And I won't be able to charge it.
Also true. You need the little charger thing that the farm lady... I'm getting distracted. Hey, everybody. We are at an Issa 9, still in the Foxbox arc, and somehow, through the grace of DigiGod, we have threaded the needle between both of those and have a Foxbox Isekai with Digimon.
Did people even know what Isekai was back then?
I don't know when that coin got termed. That term got coined. I'm dying. So yes, to you, dear listeners, this is the second episode of the Foxbox arc. But for me, it was Wednesday, by which I mean it's the last one we're recording. So the Moxie you're going to hear after this week doesn't know what's coming at them, but I do, to know how much of this is a mess. So yes, we are here. Digimon. Brad, I guess before I get into any of the particulars, do you have a history with Digimon?
I'm pretty sure I watched some episodes of Digimon, but I don't really have a clear memory of like, oh, I saw the first season or anything like that. I think it was really just random episodes. Because I definitely remember like, oh, and then it turned into the even bigger one. Oh, and that one turned into a hot lady for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's very strange. I remember loving Digimon as a kid. I was big into both Digimon and Pokemon. I remember having either me taping it or having my parents VHS tape it while I was away at soccer practice on Saturday mornings, which should tell you a lot of the time period. But I don't have a lot of like direct nostalgia line to it. Or maybe it's just because it's not as present. But Digimon has always been going. Much like Pokemon, it's still around. They're still making games. People are clearly still interacting with it. I think they're still making
anime just recently.
I think so. I think in research for this one, I found that they like remade this one, which seems to happen more. I mean, I feel like in a very fitting thing. I just saw like an article that was like, "Hey, they've put the Yami Yugi on Yu-Gi-Oh card packs for the first time in like 20 years," and I'm just like, "Oh, good lord." But no, it's like I don't think I ever have interacted with anything past whatever this season was. Maybe I like kind of saw the rest of like whatever the next one was and was just like, these aren't the people that I know. But like I have very little memory or specific nostalgia, even though I remember like religiously watching it with my friends back in the day. I feel like the most I interact with Digimon is oh goodness, I've said worse things on the podcast, admitted worse things about myself. I've probably interacted more with Digimon now as mostly I think just what is it, Renmon? The sexy yellow fox one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's Digimon.
That's Digimon.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I forgot. Oh,
yeah, exactly. It's just like people have personas based on her.
Yeah.
But have no other connections to Digimon. She's just a character model.
I didn't connect that at all.
Right? Honestly, that's the most I've interacted with Digimon in the last like 2 decades.
Jesus.
I don't apologize for nothing.
No.
So let me get into my information little blurb. So Digimon started its life as a digital pets, as the more masculine counterpart to Tamagotchi in 1997. it got an anime. The series we're covering, as there has been many, many other Digimon. I don't know if they're sequels or spin-offs or just different timeline or just other, like, I don't know how connected
Cash
they are.
grabs.
I honestly, genuinely do not know. I think the kids from this one come back as adults in movies later.
Yeah.
I have vague memories of that. I don't know.
It's called merchandising.
It is. There was a lot of that in this arc, but you guys don't know that yet. But the one we're covering is called Digimon Adventure, which I also do or do not know if that's a Western-only moniker for it or not. In the same way, dang it, I keep wanting to talk about things that you guys aren't going to hear for a month. I'm aware of Digimon, which ran from March 1999 or August 1999 in America for 54 episodes ending in the year 2000. I was surprised at how quick a turnaround it was between Japan getting it and America getting it, because I always assumed there's like a multiple year
especially the older ones
gap, but I guess it's the year 2000 and that gap is shortening, especially when there's like a big, because what, America already has Tamagotchis at this point, so it would make sense, and Pokemon's fucking gangbusters over here, so it makes sense, this double pincer attack and whatever else. I'm sure there was playing cards involved or something.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult because we recorded everything else in this arc first.
And this was supposed to be the last one until the Shonen Jump drop ruined where the Isekai was supposed to go.
Yeah.
So this is the situation we live in. So making things even muddier of a muddy arc of a muddy series is that also in the year 2000, a manhwa adaptation was released by Yuen Wong and was officially published in America under Tokyo Pop. Obviously, this is backwards. The anime came first and the quote-unquote manga second. But this entire arc has been mostly trying to justify watching these old shows I grew up with and figuring out how I feel about them. So aggressive shrugging. I don't know. So yeah, this is a situation where again, I can't talk about this because you haven't heard them, but there was a lot of times when why it came over was more for merchandising than it was we're localizing the show, as things are a lot more now. I mean, I guess I could see an arc of, I think there's enough other ones of anime that came over that was very clearly trying to push a toy or a game. I feel like that would be an interesting arc, but I would feel like we would need to play the game a little bit. I would see what, was it Byakugan? I don't actually, were they marble?
Byakugan is Naruto.
So it's just Bakugan. I thought
Bakugan is which one is that?
I've seen the toys. That's a generation after me.
Is Bakugan the Japanese name of Beyblades?
No, that's Beyblades or Beyblades.
Okay.
The Beyblades would also be Beyblades as Battle Tops would be in there. Bakugan, I never saw the game, but I saw them in yard sales a lot, and I think they were little robots that turn into orbs, and I'm assuming it's something like marbles, but I don't know that.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I would put that in that arc. I would put fudge. I asked you this last week and you don't remember. Now I don't remember. The Pokemon Yokai Watch. I would put Yokai Watch in there because that's another one that's very clearly like it was a concentrated push between an anime, a toy, and a video game.
Speaking of things that we didn't remember, this is a total non sequitur. Ralph Bakshi.
You're not gonna tell me why and what context we were talking about that?
Because you said Rankin Bass. And I immediately lost.
Oh no.
Because I
Take my card.
Anyway, I listened to that episode recently.
Which one?
The episode that was in that I've forgotten already.
That's not helpful, Brett.
Well, we were talking about remembering things.
Well, enough of that nonsense.
So I remembered it.
Let's get this show on the road with my patented Moxie's Mox Speed Megamon summary. Right from the jump, we learned that a cosmic force took 7 kids from a summer camp in Tokyo and dumped them on a strange island with even stranger little monsters. Tai, our lead, Matt, Izzy, Sora, Joe, TK, and the missing Mimi, who they are currently hunting for. I didn't look it up at Dollars to Donuts. There's no way that's their names in the original.
Yeah.
That is such American localization that, again, you'll hear this be a lot more. I don't remember if I did this in the Ultimate Muscle episode that y'all already heard. I am nostalgic for, even though I know that is literally America washing. And also doesn't fully fit here for reasons I'll get to in like a minute. So, Chapter 1, Beginnings. Tai describes what happened to them. They were at summer camp when a weird beam of light shot down from the sky, leaving strange electronic devices. When they touched the Tamagotchis, strange devices, the weird light took them to this weird jungle island. There they met the friendly Digimon that seemed to already know their names. We finally meet our missing Mimi, who's running away from an attacking giant bug, Kuwagamon.
It's a Kabuto.
You think it'd be Kubatomon, but it's like a giant weird bug bipedal thing that's terrifying.
I mean, it's a big old rhinoceros beetle kind of thing.
Yes.
So.
The gang all run away, but end up on a cliff's edge. Nice going, Einstein. The small dough ball-like Digimon all try to fight the monster, but are easily beaten. The kids all console their beaten monsters when they try again despite the odds. Then the electronic devices begin to glow and they evolve. Digivolve, TM. We now have Agumon, Gabumon, Baimon, Goemon, Baiacon, Baimon, Goemon, Tentomon, Palmon, and Patamon. With their newly gained and combined powers, they beat the big bad Beetleborg. And there was much rejoicing. But wait, he's not quite dead as he smashes the cliffside, sending the teens tumbling down to the river below. Thankfully, Goemon saved the gang with a raft of fish. They finally end up on a beach and everyone is starving. Also, there's some Japanese telephone booths on the beach, but none of them work. But hey, Mimi still got her camping pack and that has food. The kids eat and Kai gives Agumon, his Digimon, some chocolate. At that moment, a giant creature from the ocean attacks, Shellmon. The Digimon rush to defend the kids, but they are all too hungry and can't attack except Agumon. But his power isn't enough. Kai attempts to help, but he's just a kid and gets knocked down. Our chapter ends with the gang in peril. What will happen next? What's with the phone booths?
I don't remember. There's something
I don't remember either. But it's so weird that they're so out of place, but then they don't do nothing.
Yeah,
so it's like, why? But they're just like weird. And there's like one for each of them on the beach. It's not like there's one booth and they all kind of go in to each try to make their call. It's like I said, it's very strange.
It's the Matrix thing where they can go back to the real world by using a landline.
Exactly. Is this another world? Are they in a digital?
This is the digital world.
This is the digital world.
So
if they die here, they'll have their digital death.
I think this is more akin to Sword Art Online than a real isekai.
Yes, but I know it's been a while, so I'm resting on this, but we had the ruling of if they can or didn't know, because they don't know they're in. But also, I don't know that. I don't remember.
I think there's a point where they are able to come and go freely, but they're stuck here for a while. So very much Sword Art Online.
For right now, it's an Isekai enough.
Yeah. There's one thing that I had a note for, and I want to get this out of the way so I don't forget it.
Okay.
I think it's TK's Digimon.
The one with wings?
The wing ears?
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but before they all digivolved the first time, that one is like an eldritch horror.
Oh yeah,
all the rest of them
weirdly different than the rest of them.
There's one other one that has some teeth, but like not crazy.
Yeah,
and that one is just a mouth with like crazy ass teeth coming out of it, and I'm just like, what the hell is that? And then it digivolves into basically the cutest one. It's just like, what the hell is going on?
It's got big Togepi energy. So yeah, this is very clearly a manga that was written after the fact that is trying to very quickly move through things as to make money.
Yeah.
Things that I'm interested in talking about of it is that he specifically says they're from Japan, which I was surprised about. Tokyo in particular.
I did find it interesting. They're like, we were going camping. Not in Tokyo, you weren't. What are you talking about?
So that was the other, I feel like a lot of my discussions pre the anime watching are going to just be like other curiosity questions and whatnot. Because there's this is very television.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I haven't watched the episode, but I checked it. This chapter, which was about 23 to 25 pages, covers more than what the first episode does. But the first episode spends a lot more time letting you meet everybody, which this one doesn't. This one you get a sense of Kai as your hot-headed leader, who's also kind of an idiot, but they're all children. There's a lot of he has a lot of 90s to early 2000s slang and insults and bits. But no, when they said summer camp of Tokyo or not, is does Japan have summer camp? Do they have places that you can go camping?
Oh, they definitely have places you can go camping. I don't think there's much, if any, in Tokyo.
Yeah. Well, I guess they wouldn't be in Tokyo.
I'm pretty sure Tokyo has parks and stuff, but not like
big enough for summer
a
camp.
place where you could go camping.
Does Japan have something
though.
akin to? I mean, I guess this is a question that neither of us can answer, but it's a curiosity to pick through and then figure out later and ask the listeners. I wonder if Japan is something that's akin to like the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts, because that's what I think about. So that's like the other branch of what I thought about with summer camp. It's like, do they have enough nature areas to have something like that? Like a lot of things in America got westernized over by virtue of like the military bases and just also general cultural exchange. So
I don't know about like a scouting kind of thing, but I do know that camping is a thing.
How would that camping anime isekai have happened if not for them having camping?
I'm not sure. There's plenty of places in Japan that are still forests. So when someone talks about, oh, we're going camping, like that's what I think of.
I'm always curious how far it is from where they are, because I guess as somebody who lives in a fairly like, here's the city, here's the suburbs, here the rural, they're all within a 15-minute drive, give or take.
Right.
I'm very like used to that, so it's like, oh yeah, camping, and it's like I'm also curious of like how much Japan's picture of camping is the Western picture of camping or not. They had that as a concept too much. I mean, obviously they would go out in the woods and chill there or whatever, but like the picture of it, if they have their own spin on it, I would be curious. I love that none of this has to do with Digimon. I'd be curious how much in the vein of like how anime stuff and manga really like to show food because they're hungry artists. How much like a lot of the isekai that go through like a medieval fantasy is like, look at these forests that aren't where I live. And that's just a random curiosity thought I have of like, here's my escapism to a place with a bunch of trees and no buildings around. And I'm like, yeah, I've got those. That's like down the street.
Yeah, it's because around here, it's like, you know, if you want nature, it's right down the street.
Yeah.
If you want to go camping,
it's a little further down the street.
For real,
yeah,
you got to drive like an hour or two.
Yeah, not even an hour or two.
If you want to go camping, but also be next to things, you can do that as well.
True, I guess that's the thing. If you want to be camping in danger,
yeah, like there's a camping place near Hershey.
Yep.
So it's like I don't really consider that like that's
you're not at home.
Yeah.
I'm not a camper. I went camping a few times a couple years ago, and I'm like, I'm a glamper. Yeah. I'm a basic bitch pushy. I gotta glamp if I go at all.
Personally, I don't feel that it's actual camping unless you're like out in the woods.
Yeah.
Like you need to not be close enough to civilization that you can just run and grab something from Walmart.
Yeah, correct. I like having an indoor toilet. I should talk about Digimon. No, I'm going to tell one more camping story, and then we should probably talk about Digimon. I remember the first time I went camping, which was probably only like 4 or 5 years ago, and like we're on like a campsite, so there is like a spot where there's an indoor toilet, and I'm like attempting to sleep, and I'm on the cold ground. I'm in a tent, but I'm in like my sleeping bag, but it's just kind of I'm cold and it sucks. And at one point, I'm like, okay, I have to get up and go to the bathroom. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I have to go. So I wander off, and I'm walking through the middle area because we're off towards one of the edges, and I go to the bathroom, and I go back. And then the next morning when the sun is finally up, I have to go again. So I go to the bathroom, and to get to the bathroom where we're at, we have to pass by where the dumpsters are locked up on their wall. And it wasn't like that when I was there earlier in the night, but in the morning when I got there, door torn open, trash everywhere, dumpster knocked over. I'm like, there was a bear here at some point in between the time that I got up to go to the bathroom and the morning now, which was only a matter of a few hours. And I just think about that sometimes, and it's just my timing was off. I could have been fucked.
That would probably have been a black bear.
I would have not known.
No, it's not. Wouldn't be fun. But
I'm not a city slicker, but I'm also I'm a suburbanite. Yeah. But I don't know what I would have done. But I think about that. It was just like wow, that dangerous thing was right in my path, just a couple hours in the whatever. Okay, Digimon. Like I said, this is not a good first chapter of manga if you have no familiarity of the source material, which I feel like makes it a bad. Or guess what? This is related to things that we talked about off mic earlier, which has no context of things that I can talk about in front of you guys. But basically, it's that when a manga comes after, when a manga is the afterthought, when the manga is not the product, I feel like its pacing and everything about it start falling apart. Because normally, the manga is the moneymaker. You have to buy the manga. The anime, as lavishly as it can be created, is advertisement for the manga. But in this case...
the toys.
What? Correct. But in this case, the anime is the I mean, the anime is to sell the toys, and the manga is the product, but is it an afterthought product?
I think
source.
in this case, in stuff like this where the anime was first, the manga is a toy in that respect.
Correct. The manga is the knockoff's not the right word, but yeah, like I guess like
it's merchandise in the same way that T-shirt would be.
Yes, it's the product.
The video game would be. Yeah,
you are already consuming the main branch, which is the anime.
Yeah,
and you're buying this because you like this, not because it's a different way to take the story in. But also, all of this is in the super capitalism
or the first
machine.
Way to take.
But all
the
of it's.
story.
I mean, all of this is always in the is in the capitalism machine.
Yeah.
But stuff like this and Pokemon and other things we cover later in this arc are in the super capitalism machine, where it's like this is a part of a media blitz to sell stuff.
Yeah.
To extra make money. I'd be curious. I mean, what's the thing? It's like Digimon is a thing made by. We're so used to. Again, this is an interesting thing to look at this, and maybe this is something we have to keep our eyes peeled when we watch the anime. Then, is that we are so used to a manga is made by a singular human. I mean, they have their assistants, but by and large, there's one person at the boat.
The person who comes up with the story,
yes,
is one person. Sometimes there's
two people, duo. And again, they have their assistants and their editors, not to discount what those people are doing. By and large, but like something like a Digimon is a thing made by committee.
Yeah.
You know, there's a director and there's people working on it, but it's like a lot more hands are driving it, especially when you have an anime, because an anime has so many more hands than a manga does to make it go. And I'm curious what that makes something structurally different, because I don't think a manga artist goes, here's 7 kids I have to keep track of moving forward. That's a very TV thing when it's just going, oh, and also when the TV is advertisement, where it's just like, oh, we spent an episode with this kid and their Digimon. And you don't have to care. None of it really matters, but it's just like, this is what we're doing this episode. It gives you story hooks, but not like nothing interesting is like nothing truly interesting or world shaking is going to happen.
Right.
We're just going to have an adventure where we get to know them more and learn their personality. I mean, I guess maybe that's what I'll do with this before we do the anime is like, what makes this first chapter different than other first chapters we've read that you can feel that it's an afterthought?
Yeah.
That it came afterwards.
And the fact that like everything else, I mean, Ultimate Muscle was weird, but everything that listener you're going to hear after this was very much they took the manga, they made an anime out of it, and then also it got altered coming over to the United States. So like there's this clear progression.
Yeah.
Whereas for this one, we're not going to have that.
It's backwards. We have the anime dubbed in America before we get this manga.
Right.
I'm still surprised in the year 2000, and maybe I don't know how that works, that a manhwa was written of this and then officially licensed. Maybe I need to do a figure thing where I'm like, what did Tokyo Pop? Because I remember Tokyo Pop as a publisher. I don't know if they're around as much anymore. I honestly, I just straight up don't know. But I always remembered seeing their logos on book spines, and the stuff they published was always a little bit. They had more like tie-in stuff, and their quality levels were always a little bit more like, this isn't as good. Probably because they're not written with purpose. They're written as product.
Right.
Not to like, again, it's like the weird thing of like all of manga is product, but there's at least some more artistic integrity. I roll my eyes even saying that out loud for it specifically. I mean, there is, honestly, if I'm being really, really deep in about it, but like there is more artistic integrity to Dragon Ball than there is to this Digimon manhwa we're reading, or some of the other things we will want to. Actually, no. The rest of this arc doesn't suffer from that problem.
I just had it pulled up because I've forgotten already.
I remember it. I keep thinking we'd had more, but I think the last one we recorded is what's on my mind the most. But even that, everything else we recorded does not suffer from the manga was an afterthought. All of them, the manga came first.
Yes, that is true.
That is true. Other things that we were going to cover did suffer from that. And a whole arc that's not happening suffered from that, which is why we're not doing it.
We'll talk about
that in a future episode that maybe you don't get to hear. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, you meet too many people, but you spend no time actually meeting them. Like you're so in media res in a way that leads you to go like this is, if I try to leave all the Digimon stuff from my brain, then I'm not here from nostalgia as like a tourist. I can go, this is a bad first chapter structurally. Because there's too many people. They hand wave how they get here really quickly. I mean, what, Brad? Bring your isekai thing, because I know there's some isekai that jump to it, but that's also isekai 20 plus years in the future.
So I guess, I mean, we really don't get any information besides there's these weird monsters and they change.
Yes, and that a white light, a divine light came down from the heavens and took it. And also there's these weird little electronic boxes, but we don't really pay attention to them at all.
They shoot some kind of like elemental thing out of their mouths as like a power beam kind of thing. But then also they might have other powers, like the whole like fish raft thing, whatever that was.
Yeah.
And then like that's it. Oh, they have to eat food in order to like have energy. Well, yeah.
They're living things, but also they're digital monsters can more confuse things.
So, yeah, I mean, it is a short chapter. It's not a 50, 60 page chapter.
No.
So there's not a lot of room for that. But then like, yeah, it's basically just going, here's everybody's names.
Remember, it's not a bad chapter. It's not a bad first chapter in the way that a lot of bad first chapters we've read are. It's different. It's the way it's bad is empty. Different. Yes. It's empty. It's mechanical and rote. But not in the way that I complain about the other isekais.
Right.
This one's bad, but in a different way.
The funny thing is like the pacing isn't actually bad. We obviously didn't get enough information, but like the information we did get was decent information. Like it didn't over or under encumber you as far as story goes.
Yeah.
It's in a weird space.
It's not a thing, because also, again, you have to juggle 7 people and there's 7 monsters and their voices and who's talking there, but also they're just a bunch of kids, so it's like, and also the way that they were made, like, just so much of it is just like, I don't know. So many times I go, I wish I could get rid of all of my memory nostalgia for just the episode so I could approach it truly fresh, but this is one where it's like, I wish I could do that so I could rip into this more. Because I'm like, honestly, like, I don't have a lot of bile in my throat, but I feel like I should for how, like, not. But I guess you're right. Like, the pacing is like, but it's very much, we go do this, we go do that. Mimi's missing. Why? I don't know. Because she was separated of us. Like, it feels like it's not, she's not separated long enough for it to be meaningful. And the reason she's separated doesn't have enough meaning either. And I guess it's just because
the reason she's separated is so that she can show up and bring a monster with her.
And also why they didn't have food, but there also wasn't talking about food before. So like, but also it's like, did these people know each other? Like, I feel like you'd have at least a couple shots. Like if you made this as an actual, and obviously we'll know more when we watch the episode, but it's like, if I tried to make this as a real first chapter, it's like, I'd spend a little time at the summer camp where you got to kind of meet everybody. And then they would get husked away, so it makes it feel like you're going somewhere.
Yeah, at least a page or two.
The fact that it's like camp. Them meeting the Digimon is done in media res flashback of like, and they know their names, which seems strange, but they just instantly move by. Like,
I think maybe something more interesting to talk about is the art, and more specifically, the art style, because I think that Digimon has the weirdest character models for humans of any manga.
They're very distinct. You're not going to mix two of the kids up.
Well, no. In terms,
which is not true of a lot of other things we have read.
Actual stylistic differences between people, like they did a good job there. But just the way they're depicted, because they have these giant heads, but it's not like manga giant heads. It's like they have giant heads in tiny little stick bodies, and it's really different and weird.
It's an earlier strain of it.
But it's sure, but like manga style already existed at this point.
Yeah. Admittedly, I think I remember seeing it. You can see it in the cover thing, though I guess I don't know how much the guy who was arting this had control over it, because he's like specifically listed as the artist, not as like the creator of this manga or the author. He's very specifically listed as the artist and not the author, which I found interesting. But it's like, I swear, I don't know if I'm thinking of others. He's like, they were trying to do a little bit more of an American comic book style on it a little bit, and maybe that's why. Because obviously, again, I think they were planning on an American market. An anime that shows up in Japan in the late 90s doesn't show up in America barely 6 months later without an intention from the start to do that.
But like everything else looks like a normal manga style, like the monster designs, the Digimon designs.
Honestly, I mean, we don't see them yet, but the monster designs go all over the place.
Yeah.
Later. Like, that's like the thing of like the comparison to Pokemon and Digimon is like Digimon styles don't care about continuity.
Right.
Pokemon would get that kind of later, but like I feel like very early on. I mean, maybe this is just what nostalgia and the internet did to them. Not to say that people are not pokefuckers, but I feel like from the beginning of our conversation, a lot of digifuckers.
Yeah.
They're hiding in the corners outside of the main ones.
But that's Digimon's fault.
Yes,
they made them like that.
A lot of the weird the creature ones become just humans. I remember one of them becomes like an angel woman.
Yeah.
Very strange.
That's what I was talking about, by the way.
That was the one. Okay, I was thinking
not Renamon.
I was thinking about the furry one, Brad. That's the one I'm aware of.
What I'm thinking of right now is the only other thing that I've seen characters drawn like this, human characters drawn like this is Code Lyoko.
Oh, good Lord.
So do you know what I'm talking about now?
Ouch, rude.
Where they've got these weirdly large heads.
I mean, what? I can make a hypothesized case of Code Lyoko is the French noted weebs wanting to do an anime.
Yeah.
So I could see through Digimon, if Digimon wanted to get more American comic book designs, it generates something like this in the Petri dish.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only thought.
No,
this is right around when like more Japan stuff is showing up in America as Japan stuff.
Right.
This is like, I mean, this is on the eaves of me. Like, I'm watching Digimon, but I don't know what anime is yet.
People are starting to go, oh, this cartoon isn't from here.
We're maybe starting to see those terrible how to draw manga and anime books or whatever we call it, Japanimation. Sorry, showing up in Michael's and what's the other one that would have been around then that's closed since?
Oh, the art stores.
Yeah. What was the other one called? Not JC Penney. That's not it at all.
AC Moore.
AC Moore.
Yeah.
Yes. Or whatever, probably maybe at a Toys R Us, maybe. KB Toys or something. I don't think I ever saw the actual like Tamagotchis for these things back then.
I
feels
definitely
like a thing
remember
I would
the
have
merchandise
had.
for this, the toys
I had a toy Agumon, which may or may not be still lurking in the depths of my parents' basement. I don't know if it survived the moves or not. I have a feeling it didn't. There's a bunch of toys that I wonder if they're floating around somewhere that I would put somewhere in my house now. Unless I put them in my storage box that I haven't opened. No, but I remember, and he had two little audio lines, and at one point, when he moved his leg or his arm, and at one point he lost a limb, and I don't know what happened to him since. But he went, Agumon, Digivolve, Pepper Breath, and that was all he said. He had two lines, and that's what he did. But yeah, no, he was just like an action figure toy thing. He wasn't like, here's the Tamagotchi you put on your wrist. But it just seems weird that I never would have seen those, because I was like...
I remember those. Those were definitely around.
Okay, maybe we just didn't get out of them.
I spent a lot of time in Toys R Us when I was little. I don't know why.
It's fun looking at toys.
Well, yeah.
It's exciting.
We went to Toys R Us a lot, but I don't remember getting bought stuff all the time. So did we just go to Toys R Us and hang out for a while?
Yeah.
I should ask my mom about that.
Maybe. I feel like I did that. I can picture my Toys R Us growing up. I don't remember what's there now. I know I drive by it every blue moon. Okay, enough about this. Brad, do you have any closing remarks? It's time to watch the anime. Let's get to real meat and potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't much in this chapter.
No, it isn't. That was the problem. Like, this one was this was a different kind of shit show than all the other ones were, all the episodes were for this arc. And that's why I think more and more I'm relying on. Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing the anime episode?
I mean, I want to hear the intro.
Yes, the intro.
That's the big thing. That's the main thing that I have stuck in my brain. But otherwise,
it's very catchy by virtue is that it had one line and it said over and over and over again.
Yeah,
it did not let you escape.
I think otherwise it's just like, I'm interested to see how they move. Because I don't have a lot of memory of that. So it's like...
Yeah, that'd be a thing. Because I didn't understand animation quality back then. So I'm going to see how, like, tight-fisted. I mean, it's the first episode. You'd hope they'd splurge a little bit. I'm excited to hear all the voice actors again. Because I know they're in my ear somewhere, even if I can't remember. Because there's at least going to be... There's 7 of them. So there's going to be 14 different voices once hopefully they digivolve in this episode. I think they do. They might.
I am expecting... this to be different from everything else that we've covered in this arc.
Agreed.
That you will hear later, listener, because of how much it is sort of geared towards like, we're going to make this. It's going to come out in the US shortly after. We're going to do
it's this big media
merchandise
toy push. Yeah.
So like the anime should be different from those.
Yes, because it's doing something. Because it's the one anime that's made first.
Right.
So its purpose and structure is different. So, guess what? I mean, that's like Pokemon. Like, Pokemon has a manga, but it's not the anime.
Right.
It's its own story. And if there was manga made later, it's this case where it was made to sell books to kids who don't know about it, or parents that don't, or both of them. But yeah, let's go watch some Digimon.
Okay.
Digivolve into the later part of the episode. Digivolve to the second half of the episode. So hi, we're back. We watched the first dub episode of Digimon Adventures, Digimon Digital Monsters, Digimon Are the Champions. I forgot the other lines in the intro.
To save the digital
world. Thank you. I'll be here all day. I live here. That's kind of how that works. Yeah, I think I talk about catchy intros later in this arc, but I honestly think the only catchy one like the truly catchy one, this one's an earworm, but it's because it just repeats its mission statement.
It doesn't
to you.
just repeat.
It mostly
but
repeats.
But it does repeat quite a bit.
Did I like the audio break in the middle? Yes, but none of them are like, man, that is a good song.
Yeah.
You know, burying the lead a little bit. Ultimate Muscle is the top of the peak. I feel like it can be shared by other things that we didn't cover, by which I mean Kirby right back at you, which I would, if I could have found an excuse to have shoehorned in, I would have. But
we'll find an excuse later.
Yeah, Kirby. That's the name you should know. Kirby. He's the star of the show. I don't know if Fighting Food Once is catchy, but it is unique. I don't even remember what Metabots was. I don't know if you have to bleep those. Whatever. So we watched it.
We're not doing either of that.
We aren't, but I don't know. It's now that you know, listener, in the second episode of this messy arc. But no, episode way better than this first chapter of manga. Expound on a lot of things. Honestly, I think I buried the lead when we were recording the manga part, that it's like the manga covered more than this first episode did.
Just a little bit more.
But also the anime did a lot more just sort of character setting thing. We got set up for what the heck the summer camp situation was, which was I forgot about and is so much more fascinating, is that seemingly like the world is getting uber global warming stages and like everything's messed up. It's
more like the axis got tilted or something.
Also possible. But like, yeah, all of the weather is like super messed up, and they're like, I guess because it's the concept of like, he's a kid so he thinks they're camping, but they're not. I think they're just, the cities are all messed up, so they had to go inland.
No, I think it all happened at once. I think they were at camp.
Oh no, you're right. He said, well, they were at camp while that happened.
He didn't know, but then it started snowing in the middle of July.
Correct. And they got transported to the digital world. They make it very clear in the intro and talking about other things that they're in the Digimon digital world.
Yeah, but you know, did they say that?
What?
In the actual show?
I thought they did, because doesn't Izzy, the tech guy, talk about them being in a digital world?
Yeah, but that's why I was like, wait a minute. Did they actually say that yet? Because how would he know?
I know. That's the weird thing.
They might have, because there was a bit at the beginning where the Mons first showed up, that they were talking about some stuff.
Digital monsters.
But I don't remember if they specifically said, this is the digital world.
They might have. We're legally distinct from pocket monsters. Very different. Don't sue us. No, but that intro did a lot more to set things up, even if we don't, like, we meet everybody, but we don't really meet everybody. But also just like...
Well, we meet everybody in slightly better way, because we get title cards for everybody.
Yes.
So all of the children get a title card, and we find out that those are actually their names.
At least from this English dub, they all have Japanese names, but their English name is a nickname that is separated out by quotes, which is admittedly normally
Joe.
Except for Joe. He's just Joe. He's just Joey Suter or whatever the heck.
Joe,
but all of them are
Keto, I think.
That sounds more right.
Yeah.
But all of them, it's like a vaguely based on what their name is.
Right.
So
no,
it's like,
the nicknames make sense.
There's enough plausible deniability. Yeah. And again, I shouldn't be, but I'm here for it because I can remember Izzy and TK and is it Mike or Matt? And Kai.
Who is,
Tai.
I think Matsumoto.
Yeah, Matsumoto or whatever. And Mimi and Sora, who's not... Kingdom Hearts hasn't happened yet. So very confusing now to my brain, even though I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
whatever name that any gender can have, that it's like, a girl has this name. And I'm like,
So-
no, you don't have giant shoes. What are you doing?
So they all get their title cards, but then also all of the monsters, both their friend monsters and the
Every
other monsters,
single Digimon you will meet gets a title
gets
card.
a title card that has the original Japanese on it.
At least the version we watch, and I tried to find another version of it just to confirm, because I know there's sometimes when anime gets re-released, you get the original Japanese video, but the English audio, just because it's like, we're selling this to the collectors who want the original thing, but it's also there's people that want to buy this for the English dub, and they're more going to care about the voices than like some of the background stuff. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember exactly why I know that. I feel like there was some I looked to that had that. So like the Bobobo one has that, I think, because it had all the actual intros and outros it was supposed to have that America never got.
The other really big change that really caught me off guard and was also then hilarious, TK's Digimon, I forget its name, the one where earlier in the episode I was like, it's like an eldritch horror with all these teeth.
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you talking about, Brad? Look at him.
And so it shows up in the TV show, and it's like, wait a minute, it doesn't look like that
It
at
just
all.
has cute little fangoids, like really tiny, the two little fangs.
And
you know
so
the
we
ones.
kept going back and forth about it because you were still like, what are you talking
crazy?
about? And then like almost towards the end of the episode when they go to fight the big beetle thing,
Big bug.
it opens its mouth and it's even more horrifying.
Terrifying maw of teeth of one of all very cute designs, like one of the cutest of the pack, and just the most like, why do you have all these teeth? He doesn't even attack with the teeth. He spits out compressed air wind.
Well, that was after he digivolved.
Correct.
Which I don't think he has the teeth after he digivolves. It's only the initial.
No,
one.
the Digimon, the weird hot dog one with the wings had it too. That was where I thought I saw it. Maybe not. But we saw it. It had too many teeth in like a terrifying blender.
It was actually more horrifying in the TV show.
Yeah, because it was moving.
It was moving, and also it was a surprise.
Yeah, it's because we had already said it's not here. What did you see?
Because in the manga, it's like right when you meet it at the beginning,
Yeah.
it's like teeth, and I was just like, what the? Because it looks so different. But in this one, they're all like very sort of generic looking at the beginning, except for the plant one, who's got a big haired.
The plant
thing.
one and the one that becomes the
seal.
one that Joey has. That's the seal, because he's got
Yeah.
like weird different coloration and like a tuft of hair.
But then, like all the rest of them are sort of just blobs, right?
Yeah.
And then this one just has some fuck off teeth.
Sometimes, but only sometimes. And they all spit at things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was very much a case of like, normally it's like they took the first chapter and they made it better and they like fixed things, but this one is like it's the other way around. So the anime came first and had more stuff going on, where it's like, oh, all of the tiny ones try to fight the bug thing, and then it kind of works, but then it doesn't, and that's when they have to digivolve. But I
Yeah.
guess they fall down. The end of the episode, they fall down off the cliff, and that's the cliffhanger. Ha ha ha.
Which makes me wonder, why didn't they do the first chapter of manga just sort of 1-to-1? Because it would have made more sense.
It would have been better.
Yeah.
You would have had to work less hard, I guess, because you could have just followed more directly what happened.
Right.
I guess because like character banter is hard to capture, in the vein of like when I write a summary, character banter is hard to get, but like also then just like don't just write it.
But if they had cut out the last 5 or 6 pages where they're down on the beach and they find the telephone booths and they get attacked again,
And they try to eat.
if they just cut that part off and instead did the beginning where they're at the camp,
Would have been so much better.
it would have made so much more sense.
Oh yeah, of course. It's not, again, I come back to it and I feel like I mean we didn't do our ratings, but I feel like I want to do that now that I've seen the episode that it's based on, to say like this chapter is dog shit. But like, I mean, it's Digimon. It's good, it's fine, it's fun. There's a lot of character voices. Like the little title card, like I'm nostalgic. The little title cards coming up when anybody's introduced.
We thought we
It's
heard
fun.
Richard.
You thought you heard? Well, I thought I heard it for a moment, and then I heard him talk more, and I'm like, that's not him. And then we confirmed it wasn't him because he wasn't in the credits.
What did you say, Richard Horowitz?
Richard Horowitz, voice of Invader Zim.
Yeah.
And very fittingly, Moxie from Hell of a Boss, and amongst many, and the robot from Power Rangers who went ay 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 ay.
Yes. His most iconic role.
To some.
To everybody that matters.
To some. But yeah, it was better. It wasn't
bad.
The banter worked better.
Also,
the characters were more distinct.
Also, for some reason, the highest production value of music.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, mainly, I don't remember if this it was this or something else we covered that was like, or I think we saw in the credits though, because they replaced the music. They had to do Foley work. So this isn't the day where they're getting just the video. They're probably getting the video and the audio feed, but there's no separate channels, so they can't go like we kept the sound effects and or the music, but we got rid of the voices. So it's all because there was like Foley artists listed, English named Foley artists in the cast of all the English of the credits for it. So the voice acting, the music and the sounds are all remade in the West.
Right.
But yeah, the music is wild because, well, also, but I guess to lead into that, when the bug thing is attacking them, Kuwagamon, I think the name is. I have it in my notes, but I don't care.
The giant beetle thing.
The giant beetle thing. He's making fucking like X-Wing noises.
TIE Fighter.
No, is it, which one? No, I thought the Sith one screamed.
TIE Fighter.
Isn't TIE Fighter one of the good guy ships?
Oh my God. You're going to get eviscerated.
That's fine.
No, TIE Fighter is the Empire. And the TIE Fighter is the one that screams.
What's the good guy ship then?
The X-Wing.
I have them backwards then, you're right. Kill me. But no, I was so confident in the TIE Fighter in the beginning, and then I was like, no, that's not right. I thought all the winged ones were the baddie names from playing Battlefront.
It's going...
It goes...
And so we're listening to this, and then slowly it dawned on us that the music that we're hearing is like fucking John Williams orchestral music.
It's Star Warsy, and it's pretty good. It's honestly like it's not. It's I guess to shoot. Has that happened yet? Just my whole thing of store brand and all that. Oh, that did happen. I think.
Which one was that?
I'm trying to remember now what the heck that one was. Oh, that was Fairy Tale. That already happened. Okay. I can talk about that.
Sure.
It's not Star Wars at home music, but it is store brand Star Wars music. And it was like pretty good. It was honestly pretty good. Obviously it's not John Williams, but it was just like, wow. And it's like
to the point where we pegged it as that.
Do you think that was the bit? Because they redid it.
I don't know.
And the sound effect is them. So do you think they were like, did the score come first and like, this is Star Wars, we'll make him sound like a TIE fighter?
This is the
conundrum.
Because like, you know, when we make things and we put little things in it that are like, we're doing this for us.
Yeah.
It's good, but other people won't get it in the same way that we do.
It's good, but I made that man who didn't know say a plankton line in a really serious moment in my play because I thought it was funny for me, but not in the context of the play, and nobody recorded with recognized it, so I got away with it like a criminal.
And so it makes me wonder, is like, did they do a similar thing where they're like, hey, let's do this, we're going to make it sound like Star Wars because somebody sent us the audio for this monster and it sounds like a TIE fighter. And then...
Or the other way around.
We just do it seriously and no one will say anything.
Correct. That's artists having fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about... Like, this is the problem. This is the second episode. We watched them all, so I have to remember it. The bury the future lead for you guys for like the next month. I think this is my second favorite of the animes we watched.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Ultimate Muscle, I was really not expecting Ultimate Muscle to be top of the heap, but it kind of was.
Yeah.
It's it's the one I would most readily go like, I really want to watch another episode. This one's more like, I'd want to go a couple more to see like, but this one's more like growing up archaeology than like, oh, this was really fun, I'd watch more of it. Not to say that this wasn't fun, but a lot of this is like, what was this series? Like, the fact that just big thing, I've had this thought forever, but like, what a genius selling idea is that they constantly are changing their shape. That they can go back to the small form, they can go back to the medium form. It's wild to me, but I guess this is how it was back in the day, that it's like the intro gives away the game that there's a third evolution level. And admittedly, there's a fourth one then later, or other branches. I don't remember how any of that works. But like, what an ingenious thing, because the problem is it's like, oh, Pokemon, it's like, well, I have a Blastoise now. It's like, why would you ever pay attention to a Squirtle? You have a Blastoise and you have a Blastoise forever now. But here it's like, I know there's points where they get like the super evolution and then they go back to their uber tiny useless forms. And it's like, what an ingenious way to keep all of those designs relevant as a series moves forward. But also like watching the intro, it's like, I know we were talking about like, I was like, oh yeah, the ones that are just people shaped, the fuckable ones. And yeah, there's some that's just like, this is an angel. This is a man that is an angel. But it's a man.
Is Renamon not till like the second series or something?
I have no... Dude, I don't know.
Renamon was not in the intro.
No, because Renamon is not... I think she's a villain, but I have zero context. I don't think she's any of the... It'd be really weird if one of the kids had one of the most fuckable animals online.
I'm
what a
pretty
weird sentence to
sure
say.
Renamon doesn't have tits like she does in all
And the
of
internet.
art.
She's got a lot of extra pieces depending where you look on the internet. Okay, I need to, for my own curiosity. I need to look up what her deal is. Well,
You
hopefully
can just
not
say
finding.
satisfaction.
No, but it's honestly curiosity of like, you're right. I have no fucking clue what she's from. I just know she's a Digimon, but I don't know if she was like, I'd be curious. Does she have other forms? Renamon X. This is too much video game information. I need... Oh boy. Yeah, sure, I'll go here. This is looking like the little blurb. Digimon. Okay, trainer is Rika. So yeah, I think you're right. Let me see who Rika is.
Debut. BO 408.
I know, I saw that. I don't know what that means. Because that's also the problem is it's like, I think you're looking at that one. It's like the video game. Oh, wait.
Wait, that's a card.
Digimon Tamers. What? I don't recognize this. Is this like the third one? No, Saban, 2001. Or is that the original one? This is confusing. So 2001 to 2002. Who also had a manga written by Yuen Wong. But that was like in 2004. I can't like... It's a later series, but it's not... I remember a sequel series that it's like some of the kids of the original cast that we saw. So she was just so powerful, she broke containment. Like Overwatch characters. Let's get back on track.
So Rukia... Yeah, and she's not in this.
She is not in the series that we watched.
Did she start off as like a bad guy or an anti-hero thing?
I don't know. The fact that that could be a child, maybe it's just because what the internet did to her, but the fact that could be a child's Digimon is terrifying.
Wait, is she like an antagonist in the first series?
I thought she was. I don't know. This is not. I mean, it deserves it because I guess we're both curious.
At the start, Ruki was cold and oftentimes competitive. Her initial goal was for Renamon to defeat as many Digimon as possible so that she can load their data and evolve. Unfriendly towards Tai and...
Tai?
Wait, no. Is that Tai?
No, Kai is our guy. Tai is a different guy, right? No, Tai is our guy.
Matsudo...
Matt?
Oh, this has to be a different series. This is a different...
Yeah.
Yeah. This must be the second series.
Or the third one or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
The one on that one said like 2001, so they were like real quick turnaround, which I guess is it's Saban. It's very Power Rangers. It's like, here's the new set, here's the new toy, here's these Digimon, sell all the toys, sell all the little Tamagotchis, so that makes sense.
Digimon Tamers.
Correct.
And she's in it a whole bunch, and here she is next to the original people, so that happens at some point.
Yes. A lot of again, Saban makes me go, oh, it's playing on Power Rangers, their business model stuff, or like a Kamen Rider, where there's just like a new one every year or two. Sell the new toys. What are other things that we should actually talk about for this? The dub was good. I liked the voices.
Yeah, there was only a couple times where
they need a big cast because they need different voices for all 7 children.
There's only 6. A couple times where they got rotated idiot.
Yes, there was some of the animation wasn't bad, but there was like a part where the beetle was coming at them, and it wasn't even like a GIF like of a 2 or 3 frames. It was just a PNG that rotated at them as it got bigger. This is very clearly the early stages, but I would say it has aged fairly well compared to some other stuff we saw. It's not like a masterpiece or anything, but like it got the job done. Like the designs are appealing. The voices were fun.
It definitely seems like it should be a popular thing from its time.
Yeah, I guess I'm just like, again, I can't talk about it because it doesn't come until the end, even though we recorded it like 2 weeks ago. But like the thing at the end of it, of this arc, was one where I'm like, oh man, I'm excited to look back on this. And I was very like underwhelmed by what I saw. And I was like, really? I got into this? This seems like not as fun as I remember. But this one was just like, no, I can very much see how I got into this. A lot more, which is interesting. So props to the localization team for Digimon. Not that I would know what a more quote-unquote faithful version of it, but like they did a good job.
Yeah.
The quips were very much of their time. What was the one thing that Izzy said at one point? He's like, he turned it into vaporwave or something like, or vaporware. Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. There's like he has a couple lines, or what was it, infrared internet or something?
Yeah, infrared internet. Like, what are you talking about?
He's just saying tech buzzwords, but especially now that it's old enough, and I'm like, these are silly. Like, I love this. This is great.
infrared internet.
Because it just makes him sound crazy. Because he's like, I wonder if I connect to the internet here. He'd be a weeb if he wasn't already Japanese. But no, honestly, I came away. I think that was a good. Okay, I guess. Do you have any other closing things, or I'm ready to do thinky things and feely feels?
Yeah,
for both as a shot.
I guess the only thing I was thinking was this is going to be weird because we can't really do an arc wrap up for this.
No, the arc wrap up I'm planning to put on. Hey people, how much? I'm planning to put this in the bonus episode. We sign up, Brett. How much is on our Patreon to get the bonus episode?
The bonus episode will go up for everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since this is since it's sort of connected to
I did promise it. Yeah. Okay. So the bonus episode.
Well, by everybody I mean every tier, not
even the free tier.
Free tier.
Not free tier.
Not free tier.
Okay. So as low as $1? $1,
yeah.
Okay. So at the end of this arc, this bonus episode will come out where we cover Fighting Foodons, which is just the anime portion. And my plan is, because at the point it comes out, all the other episodes will come out. I will be doing the wrap up there. So if you want to hear the wrap up for this arc, you can pay $1 for 1 month.
Pay $1, download every bonus episode,
unsubscribe,
and unsubscribe. Yeah.
You'll have paid us $1 and change.
Don't do that. Because
keep paying us $1 or more.
You'll
obviously,
get shout outs. If you just subscribe and then immediately unsubscribe, you won't be subscribed the next time we record something, and so you won't get a shout out.
But if you're just like, I need to get it, and I don't want to have the paywall or whatever, it's $1.
Yeah,
come on, for 1 month. Not even You don't even got to do $2.
There's some good bonus episodes.
There's also some good bonus stuff in there. I'd be curious to look back on it because I don't remember off the top of my head all of them, but I know there was some good stuff in there. But no, thinky things and feely feels. Especially, I'm going to do the manga first, but with the idea of the anime in my head. That was a bad first chapter of manga, comparatively. I think it missed the point so that it was, like, for what it's supposed to be doing, as a piece and not just as a work of the thing that you buy to put on your shelf, I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's good. I don't think I would go to bad. I think I'm going to say fine.
I need somewhere between bad and fine because it is just like like you said, it's empty. Maybe that's my thing. Like it's just not. It's not good. Maybe that's what
it's definitely not good.
Fine is not the right word for it either because we've had things. I think we were talking about this when we were going to get dinner, but it's like there are things that we've read that are going for more, or maybe that was on the episode. I don't remember, but it's like there's things we've read that are worse than this, but this is just so like devoid of purpose.
Yeah.
And now that we saw the anime of what it's based on, where it's like, no, the anime doesn't, like, the fact that entire, like, hey, the globe's kind of fucked up is just not present here at all. It's such like, why? It's such a compelling opener. And they spend time before they get to the digital world.
It really makes me wonder.
Not even a lot of time, about the amount of time that I said they should.
When they were putting together the manga, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
Why did they change things?
Why did they do that? Why did they cover...
change things isn't... Why did they leave things out and move
that
things forward at an awkward pace?
Yeah. Just doesn't, again, like it's a product. It's a thing afterwards. The thing you're watching the anime. You read the manga to remember that you watched the anime.
Right.
It's not a separate thing. But yeah, I guess think and feel just not good. I guess what? I think it's not good. I feel that it's fine.
Specifically for the manga.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I think it's fine. I feel I'm actually going to say good to fine.
Okay.
Because like it didn't make me sad, like it didn't make me feel a lot of good feelings, but it wasn't negative.
It's empty. I don't know. You know me. Not generic and things that are like nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm certainly not going to
True zeros
argue
piss me off
against
more.
Your feelings.
Certainly, obviously, that's why we're the feelings. But yeah, no, I get it. And
now,
then
for the anime, I think the anime was, I'm going to say, good to great.
I would agree for that for both. I think for both my thinky thinks and feely feels, I would say good to great.
To the point where I was like, I know I watched episodes of it, but thinking back on it, I don't think I was ever that into it. But now watching this, I was like, oh yeah.
This was a rival to Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I think it honestly can do that. It makes me want to go like, what's going on? To terrifyingly poke my head at a current Digimon thing and go, what's the current game about? I'd see what that is like a spelunking expedition. But no, like honestly, I guess to go to the next one, like would you buy and takes of would you watch more episodes? It's like I think this is another one where it's like, I'd toss this on another monitor and hear all the funny quips and see and go like, oh man, I forgot about that one. Or like, oh, this is, like I said, it's more like, it's pretty fun, but it's more archaeology. But also there's some fun bits in it.
In our Foxbox lineup,
yeah.
if we turn on the Foxbox and Ultimate Muscle is on, and then this is on after Ultimate Muscle, we would stick around.
Oh yeah, I'd have to know what happens next, because that was the thing I needed to know when I was a child and I had to be at soccer practice. So, yeah. Any closing thoughts? I feel like I had to like. This was one that was a little more tame than I was expecting.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess stay tuned for the rest of the Foxbox.
Stay tuned for the rest of the Foxbox arc.
And make sure you check out the bonus episode when that comes out.
Yeah.
It's going to be special in more ways than one.
Oh, yes, indeed, indeed. Brad, Digivolve this episode into Credits Mon.
Well, we want to hear from you. So I want you, dear listener, to go on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com, and check out our social links page. On that page, you can find links to all of the various social media that we have accounts for. But the best place to check us out is Blue Sky, if you're into the microblogging, and Discord is where we hang out and chat all the time. As far as I know, we're going to keep the Discord, even if people might want to stop using it soon. You do not have to give them your ID. You can keep using it. You just have a under 18 account. However that's going to work, we'll see. But we don't have anything not safe for work on our Discord, so you won't get kicked out there.
Discords.
On our social links page, you'll also find a link to our Patreon, where our supporters get perks like getting to vote on various things, getting the high-quality stereo version of the podcast early, and bonus episodes, as we've mentioned. So you definitely want to check that out. On top of that, we have to shout out our patrons. So, first and foremost, at our royal tier, we have our Crown Prince, Slimy Okra.
Do you want to do the theme? I want to do like another thing from King of the Hill, but I don't know what it would be.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
I sell manga and I sell okra and slimy okra accessories.
Also, at our royal tier, we have our Archduke, imaginary numeral.
Da 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 ba 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 ba.
Next, at our noble tier, we have our Marquis, Sir Cake Dwarf.
It's Kirby. My brain was like wanted to do like Donkey Kong music for some reason. Da da da. Oh wait, let me start from da 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 da. It's Cake Dwarf.
And last but not least, at our commoner tier, we've got Rena, Last Man on Earth, and Laura Carroll. So thank you so much to all of our patrons.
Thank you, patrons. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts on our feed. And
good Lord, what is happening in there?
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis? At this time of year? At this time of day? In this part of the country? Localized entirely within this podcast studio?
Yes.
May I see it?
No.
Digimon. Digital monsters. Digimon are the champions.
I don't even remember if that intro has any other words, or it's just that over and over again, because I think it's that over and over again. On today's episode, bust out your Tamagotchi. It's time for Digimon. No, wait, I do the fucking intro read. The thing that you just said to me. Of course. On today's episode, Digimon, digital monsters. Digimon are the champions. Come on, it's Digimon. That, but not that. The little like sputter around lead in before I go, it's Digimon. I can say something. There's something better there. Or do I just do that and then I just go, it's Digimon? Haven't you heard? It's Digimon. On today's episode, coming on in 30 minutes after Pokemon, it's Digimon. That one was for me.
That one's exclusively for the beeps.
Yes, correct. Sometimes you got to do some of those. I wish I don't know if it's Google Docs or my iPad. I'm assuming it's Google Docs. It's just like, did you want to just turn off viewing mode? You know that thing you turn on explicitly? Obviously, you just want to randomly start editing when you're in viewing mode, right? To turn off viewing mode, right? Of course. You don't want to just read Google Docs on your tablet. That'd be stupid.
But you touched it a little too much.
You touched it a little too much. Obviously, you want to edit it. I'm thinking.
It's all right. Take your time.
I'm thinking in puzzles. And also I have to think of an outro because I've already done the Digivolve bit a bunch.
You use your bits too early.
I do, but the Digivolve one was so good, though. It's so easy to use. And I was looking at the things that I said I needed to be doing for when you're doing tech stuff, so because I'm an idiot. And I'm excited. What's a good outro bit? What are things that happened? They Digivolved. They tried to spit in that creature's mouth, and they couldn't. That's getting cut. Summer camp. Camp. Lisa needs brace. I'm like going off on every tangent instead of actually doing my job. What are other things that happened that we didn't already do bits with?
They ran into that tree, which apparently
that was super weird. They didn't go back and do anything about that. Yeah,
the bug,
but also their friend was also hiding in it. But also they weren't in the tree.
She wasn't in it.
But she like
they
knew it was
in
there. Yeah, but the bug was just going forward, and if it was just a pass through tree, the bug would have just passed through and killed them all. Podcastamon. Dude, I don't know. Like, what are other things that happened? What are other bits? The Aurora. We didn't even talk about Aurora Borealis. Yeah. What a stupid bit. You gotta watch the Digimon episode for that to make any sense, folks.
No, you have to listen to the after beeps where we say this part right here.
Yes.
Where we talk about the fact that before they get sucked into the digital world, the Aurora Borealis appears over Tokyo.
And it's really hard not to do the steamed hams bit there.
Although we say over Tokyo, but there's no
out in
Tokyo
the countryside.
They're just in the woods.
I don't think they even make a point that they're in Japan.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that they have their whatever after beeps and or.
I mean, it's very clear that it's Japanese. They have Japanese names. There's Japanese text.
But it's weird they don't say Tokyo in the way that the manga does. Yeah. But also the manga's the manga one. Who knows?
So yeah, listeners, I hope you enjoyed that. Now that you're hearing this at the very end. This is the part where we'll tell you the special secret, the bonus episode. It's gonna have a video.
Ooh. Brad and I are wearing matched outfits unintentionally, semi-tensionally. He was wearing something, and I'm like, I've got something for this, and you got to see it.
You were tensional. I was not.
Yes.